All right. Hey, Aquarians. All right, guys. Last night I did a November read for you that was heavily interrupted by my puppy. And I told you I would fix it. I'd do a redo for you, but I'm still going to release that puppy interruption video as well. It's just that I felt like I was pretty distracted because at the end he came up and gave me big old cuddles. So that one will be released in just a little bit here for you as well. But let me first kind of just give you guys a little bonus extra, okay? Because I felt bad that things got off track. We got High Priest, which is the Hierophant in any other deck. So this is Taurus energy. It's card number 5 out of the Major Arcana. I love this one in particular because it is very much a connection to the spiritual self. But you notice we have 2 keys. I always feel like 2 hearts. Isn't that a song by Phil Collins and Genesis? The Lovers, the 5 of Pentacles. We've got 2 people that are missing each other. We've got 2 people that are both feeling the same way. Like, you're the one that got away. You're the one that got away. So we've got Gemini here, and we've got this. Are 2 people thinking about each other from a long time ago? You notice how we've got this angel overseeing this. It's like if 2 characters, their higher selves, are reminding them of something from a long time ago, something in their past. It's like, God, I remember you. I remember that vibe. I remember that connection that I had with you. I remember how passionate it felt. I remember it felt like I missed out on something with you. And it almost seems like maybe it was in wintertime that they met. Maybe that's why this is coming to the surface again. Or maybe a relationship ended by winter. It feels like they both think that something, damn, it shouldn't have gone that way. I don't know why we let time and distance pull us apart. I don't know why we let things end. We got 7 of Wands. We got the Sun. Now it seems so clear. Now it's like, I should have fought for this. We could have made this work. I feel like there was some reason that 2 people didn't have. Erin, thank you, sweetie pie. Thank you for being here. I feel like there's some reason that these 2, it feels like distance to me. Like they had a romance and then something happened where it was like, we made promises. We'll still keep in touch. We'll make this work. And then it like didn't happen or something. Both of these cards make me think of other factors and influences that made it so that it was just too hard to keep something going. And then both people were just like, yeah, I know it's like long distance is so hard, or, whatever this was, life got busy. There was complications. And it was like, we promised each other that we wouldn't let things get in the way, but then things got in the way. I feel like both people feel the same way. And at this point, something is changing for sure. If you're the one that got away, why the heck am I letting you be the one that got away? Why don't I fight for this? Oh my God, this feels really like obvious now. It feels really clear. There's a way. Somebody's having a big old breakthrough. And I think they could be a Leo. Doesn't have to be. And then, like I said, we had Taurus and we had Gemini as well. But it just seems like they're having this eureka moment where 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Yes, I'm willing to fight for this. Is Aquarius? I don't know. Is Aquarius? Let's ask. Aquarius, give us a lowdown. Would Aquarius be willing to let them fight for this or to fight? Oh, 7 of Swords. Aquarius is lying to themselves about something in this one. Sorry, guys. Remember, these are fictional, but I'm not trying to tell anybody you a liar. But in this storyline, Aquarius is lying. This Aquarius in this fictional story, because they're saying, no, I left it behind. I don't think about them anymore. This says, In fact, they've not only thought about it a lot, they've even researched things. They've got a stack of books here. They've maybe tried to leave something behind, but they really haven't. I still feel like this is, heck, maybe they've written stories about this. It's inspired them to, and they don't admit it. They don't say anything about how much they've thought about this or how it's impacted them and influenced them. 6 of Pentacles. Yes, liar, liar, pants on fire. This Aquarius has possibly communicated a lot of how they felt about this to a friend, possibly a work colleague, even like somebody who's technically a boss, but could be a close confidant, could be saying, you know what? I don't know why you keep saying that you don't want this when all you do is talk about them, which means it's still at the forefront of your mind. You still want this. They may either need to consult with a friend who gives them that perspective, or, like they've been talking to somebody about, well, I don't feel like this person really invested. I shouldn't want to still invest with someone who didn't want to invest with me. But I think that they know that's not true either. This whole storyline looks like lovers that had a beautiful connection, but life gets in the way sometimes. Um, and there was always unfulfilled potential here. But it's just so wild because this person at least wants to fight for it. They feel very happy thinking, wait a second, this how could that be over? We didn't destroy things. We just let stuff get in the way. I would be ready to fight for this, even if it's going to be hard. But I can't fight for something that Aquarius doesn't want to fight for as well. And they would be correct about that. But let's keep going on Aquarian's side, because I want to know more about the Seven of Swords, the Devil sideways. It's mostly fear. It's fear that, look, I don't want to set myself up to imagine that there's some profound bond that we share when maybe this person just yo-yos in and out of people's lives. Maybe it's almost like Aquarius is doubting on this in this storyline that this is a healthy connection, or that this is even real. And it's like, if that person were to come back in, even though, no, I haven't forgotten about them, even though, yes, I maybe think about them, talk about them even a lot, but I'm nervous. I'm scared about this. Like, do I really want to go down that road? Do I really want to act like that's my person? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know that I have the heart to restart this and be disappointed again. What was Aquarian's energy in this, in the past? Like when this thing either fell apart or investment wasn't made. Three of Pentacles in the reverse and Five of Pentacles upright. Okay, so they felt like they probably kept a stiff upper lip and were just like, yeah, you're right. I'm probably, things wouldn't work out. Obviously we come from two different worlds. We're in two different places. Life is busy. Yeah, we'll just let this go. And then it was like, even as they were saying it, I feel like their stomach was falling, that feeling of, oh my God, it feels like the rug got pulled out from under me. This feels so sad. No wonder they're saying, I don't want to go through that again. Hey, let's take a look at, does this character recognize, even if Aquarius was trying to be brave and act like, oh yeah, no worries, like, I know it's not going to work for us. Hey, it was great meeting you. Yeah, we're just two different people, or we live two different lives. It's just too complicated to make this work. We'll just, hey, that's all right. I'm wondering, did they know that Aquarius, like, yikes, that really did suck. The Tower in the reverse. I'm going to say, this is so complicated for me to explain. Did they know? Even as they were perhaps communicating this, because I feel like this is two people who had an amazing bond, and then they got separated because of life stuff, not because of cheating, not because of deception, not because of nastiness, but because life. And even as they were saying, I guess this doesn't work, I guess maybe we can't make this work, it's almost like even then they knew it wasn't true. They knew that the words Aquarius was saying wasn't true. It's like everybody knew this isn't really over. Everybody knew even then. Tower in the reverse. No, I don't want to let this fall apart. There's still a bond, even as they're saying that, hey, yeah, that's okay. Fool and the Five of Coins. I think even though sometimes in life, in the midst of a conversation, we're being polite, we're saying things, acting like things are fine with us that aren't, and we all know it, but we're kind of conditioned to say things and make something that's sad, fine. And everybody knows it's not true. Both characters felt the same way. Both characters knew, but because there's this foolish energy of, hey, I'm primed to have to say this, because, hey, in the adult world, we don't always get what we want. And you know what? There's other fish in the sea and this will be fine. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so sad about that. I know it's hard, but I would have wanted to still have this work out. It's almost like everybody knows that's what they should have said, wanted to say, couldn't say. That's how this comes across to me, which I just think is so relatable, so human. I mean, how many things in life have we been so disappointed by, but smiling so hard that to hold back tears and acting like it's fine because we got to be fine with it. That's just how it is. It feels like both of them caught a glimpse that this isn't fine at all, and then both of them foolishly acted like, yeah, it's going to be, yeah, you're not crying, so I guess I'm not going to cry either. That's how this feels. It's also, though, this underlying thing where it's like somehow they both knew it was temporary. I don't know, maybe Aquarius didn't really think it was temporary, even if they knew that this person didn't really want to separate any more than they did or give up on something any more than they did. Still, there was a sorrow in all of that. I think if this person is the one who broached the subject, I think that they felt like absolute fool, but then it was like the damage is done. They should have asked, Aquarius, are you willing to still work on this? Because it's hard, and I know that it's hard, but can we hang on to this? Because I want to. If they were worried about something, they probably should have presented it first with, this is what I want, but how do you feel? Instead, they might have said, I know this is probably too difficult. We should probably let it go. If that's not what somebody really wanted, then it's probably not what they should have said. The Fool card says, and I'm reading this as foolish behavior, especially because they look like a gesture. They're wearing a mask, but they pull it down just long enough to see the real reaction. If our characters could advocate more truly for how they really felt about a situation, and then still say, but hey, if you don't want it as bad as I do, then of course we should let it go. But I'm not going to lie and pretend that I don't want it, because I do. There's a song about that. Something about, don't think that I don't want you, because I do. High Priestess. Oh, these two, killing me, Smalls. These two have so much underlying unspoken pull toward each other. The High Priestess they leave so much unspoken, but the emotion is there. It's always been there. The connection is there. All right, y'all, what are you going to do then? Because it looks like this character now wants to come in and fight for it. But I do think at this point, Aquarius was pretty wounded. And I think that they're afraid to open themselves back up in case this person pulls back their energy. So what needs to happen here? No, let me rephrase that. Let's just ask, and it doesn't mean that this is all on their side and what they have to do, because obviously Aquarius would probably need to not lie to themselves about it, and they might really need to admit what they want. If this character is going to be trying to fight for this, and Aquarius wanted this back, they're going to have to be brave enough to say, well, because I want this, I got to give it a whirl again, instead of shut themselves off of something that they do still want. Even though I can see there's fear there. But what is this other character going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to think about it for a little bit. They're not doing anything right away. We got the Page of Wands in the reverse. They're not starting this journey. Instead, they're, okay, when would be a good day? Maybe 3 days from now, maybe 3 weeks from now, maybe 3 months from now. This is about the future. I got to think about this. I want to fight for this, but I don't think Aquarius is going to respond to me. I feel them blocking energy. Well, it's probably the coldness and the lie. It's almost like, here's what I would say. No, I'm not going to say anything. Let's go over here. Let me just see. Okay. 6 of Cups in the reverse. The universe says this. If these two have completed their journey together and they really believe that, then absolutely let it go. No one should be reaching out to anybody. However, 6 of Cups is oftentimes we come back around because we got more lessons to learn. Now, I would argue that a really big lesson here was about saying the truth for both characters, which is so hard to do because it's so vulnerable to be able to say, here's how I feel. This is what I want. And still be able to say, and I know you may not feel the same way, but I'm not going to pretend that I don't want something that I do. I'm going to humble myself enough to say, even if you didn't want me, I'm going to still tell you I wanted you. That's a hard thing to be able to say, even though when we boil it down, why would it be? Why should it be? That's brave. That's somebody saying, of course I'm going to say what I really want. If I'm hungry, but I won't, tell anybody, like, yes, I would love to go grab some lunch. We're going to sit there and sever, and our stomach's going to growl. And we're going to be like, oh, no, I have an upset stomach. No, I haven't eaten in 72 hours. I'm starving. We wouldn't do that to ourselves, or hopefully we wouldn't. So why would we deny anything that we actually want? Why would we not advocate for our own best interest? Why does it feel scary to say, look, even if you don't want this bad enough with me, I'm not going to lie. I wanted it with you. I would have tried to make this work, even though it's a freaking struggle. If anything, when it feels like we're getting pulled so far apart because of life, that's most when we need to commit and say, I ain't going anywhere. I still want this bond with you. Instead, it's like these two weren't able to do that. And the big lesson in all of this is, if this is something that we still wanted, that might have been the lesson. How do we advocate for ourselves as to what we really want, while still having to be mature enough to say, even though I know you might not feel the same, but I'm going to be honest always with what I actually want. That way, I never like do my own self dirty by pretending and then cheating myself out of the stuff that I actually want. But the bottom line is, if Aquarius at this point says, I don't think I can go through that again, I don't want that again, then it's done. It's over. There's no point in trying to reconnect. So it boils down to, if the lesson is through and they're both ready to walk away from it, then walk away. Don't look back. Go meet other people. But next time, advocate for what they want. I just don't know. With a Six of Cups, because it is returning soulmate, but we got it in the reverse. But I like the fact that the universe is like holding these two fictional characters like fully responsible for what is it that you want. Ace of Wands in the reverse. The universe keeps kind of being like devil's advocate, saying, well, clearly it's over because you two don't want each other enough to admit it, right? You two won't risk it. You don't want to find out the mystery of what could happen because you must not want it enough. So it's over. The universe. I love my deck that I call my universe deck. That's not what it is. It's just what I call it because that's how I view it. This is like a mom giving tough love, being like, well, you want to cry over this. You feel sad over it, but you don't want to fix it. Wait, this person wants you and you want them, but you don't want to talk to them. Well, then you don't want them. Not really. You just don't want things to have gone the way they did, but you don't want them enough to go ahead and invest. And that suddenly puts it like, wow, I'm faced with that question. Do I want this enough? Right now, with these cards in the reverse, it actually suggests that the answer could be no. And that is more than okay. But that's the question that these characters are going to have to answer for themselves. Do I actually want this enough? Am I passionate enough to go down this mysterious road and see, are they my person? Was that, we just, neither one of us stood up for what we wanted and made it work, but now we could? Do I want to see where this road leads me? Or is it like, I don't think I want to risk it? That, I like the fact that the universe says that's the only way to figure out how bad we want it, is what are we willing to, how vulnerable and humble are we willing to be? And what are we willing to, like, admit to ourselves and then see how it pans out, because there's no promises in anything. So everything is technically a gamble in life. Is this person a big enough, important enough connection to take one more gamble with them to see how it could turn out differently? I don't know. Both of those characters have to figure that out. Let's get one last card, because I feel like this is still a cliffhanger and I gotta know. Seven of Wands. Ooh, they gotta swim with the sharks. There's a great song by Cat Power that literally says, we swim with sharks and danced on tables, something and ships that sailed. I think it's called Danced in Bars is the name of the song. Anyway, I just wonder if this is one of those where it's like, yeah, life is always risky. Love is always risky. But if we want this, we're the only ones who can maybe give it a whirl. So will they do it? It's fraught with peril. It's become a big drama. But in all honesty, if they wanted to do it, yes, they could still make it work. Seven of Wands, though, is overcoming struggles, coming out of that little cave and putting ourselves right there in the middle of what we think is pretty scary. But it might not be that scary after all. It all depends on what they're willing to face in order to be together. I'm hoping that whatever happens, I'm not going to say I hope that they get together, because if they're not really in it to win it, then there's no point in wasting each other's time. But if these two really wanted to still be together, then I wish them all the best, whatever is in their greatest and highest good. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Hola, Candy. ¿Cómo estás? Leave her wild. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Anna, hi. Aquarius, yes. And I will release the other Aquarius video that I did for you guys last night where my dog busted in. I did cut out his barking, so that won't bother you. But he does hijack the end of the reading and pops up and gives me dog hugs. And then I just lost my train of thought. So sorry about that. But that was actually the message for November. And it just, it didn't get any further than like 12 and a half minutes because dog interrupted. So you guys, thanks for being here. Martina, great to see you, honey. Hi, Prime Creator. Jojo's in the house. Very nice. Phenomenal Phoenix. Hello, hello. Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for popping by, you guys. All right, I'll see you all in the next one. Hi, Damien. Bye, guys.